The ancient Greeks carved two simple words into the temple of Apollo at Delphi: know thyself, not fix thyself. Yet today, everywhere you look, people are obsessed with fixing themselves, digging for traumas, hunting down limiting beliefs, chasing the next breakthrough that will finally make them whole. But what if I told you that this obsession with fixing yourself is exactly what's keeping you stuck, broke, and miserable? That constantly searching for problems to solve is the very thing that's preventing you from getting what you actually want. See, most people don't realize it, but this endless loop of self-fixing is actually sabotaging their success. It's like pimping out a stationary bike. Yeah, it might look cool, but you're still pedaling in the same place. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why letting go of trauma as this supposed key to success is actually trapping you in an endless loop of struggle, and more importantly, how to break free and actually create what you want. Here's a truth that most gurus won't tell you. You can solve all your problems, heal all your traumas, fix every single limiting belief, and still end up living a life you don't love. Because fixing your problems isn't the same as creating your dreams. Imagine you spend your entire life renovating an old house, patching holes, fixing leaks, repainting the walls. No matter how beautifully you renovate, if your true desire is to live in a mansion, you'll never be satisfied. That's exactly what people do when they focus on fixing themselves instead of creating. They try to repair their self-esteem, fix their mindset, heal their past, without ever actually deciding what they truly want to create. And because their focus is always on fixing something broken, they never step into their real power as a creator. Now let's move on to the second part of this video, and let me introduce you to a concept called oscillating structure. This is when you try to move forward toward your goal, but then you pull yourself back to fix something else you think is wrong with you. It just creates an endless cycle where real progress is impossible. It's like trying to fill up a bucket with water while there's a huge hole in the bottom. I'm sure you're working pretty hard, but I would also bet you're not getting the results you want. Now, let's move on to the 6 subconscious traps that keep you fixing instead of creating. See, most people fall into one of these subconscious identity loops. I am not enough, so they try to prove themselves. I am not worthy, so they keep doing more to deserve success. I don't belong, so they seek validation. I am not perfect, so they keep trying to fix themselves. I am not capable, so they keep learning instead of doing. And lastly, I'm insignificant, so they try to achieve more to feel important. These false identities keep you forever chasing solutions to problems that don't actually exist. See, if you walk into even the most heart-centered, amazing trainers events, whether that's Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Lynn McTaggart, whoever it might be, right? With the belief that you need fixing, your unconscious mind listens and hears, oh, okay, so we need to fix ourselves. And that belief locks you into the very cycle you're trying to escape. So instead of focusing on what's broken, you need to shift your focus toward creating, because your results aren't based on how much healing you do. They are based on the structure you operate from. Think of water. See, it doesn't heal or fix itself to turn into steam or ice. It simply changes its structure. The same applies to you. Your results depend entirely on the mental framework you operate from. Now, let's take a look at a tool that can help us make that mental shift easier. Because instead of reinforcing problems, we need to give good instructions to our unconscious. And this is why us, superconscious creators, make 4 core choices every single morning. And these 4 core choices are: I choose to live a life I love, I choose to have health and vitality, I choose to be the predominant creative force of my life, and I choose to live my true nature and purpose. When you operate from these choices, you're ensuring that you're not problem solving, you're creating. Once you oriented yourself in the right structure, ask yourself, what do I truly want to create? This single shift moves you from lack and self-doubt into pure creation. Now, let me share with you a quick real-life story on the power of making these choices. When a man named Dean regained his sight after 20 years of being legally blind, it wasn't because he healed himself. He never spent a minute trying to fix his eyesight. Instead, he simply imagined playing and running around with his grandkids on the seaside. Regaining his sight was just a natural byproduct of shifting into a new structure. So what's the missing piece? How to actually create what you want? Instead of trying to remove every block, start asking better questions. What would my life look like if I fully committed to creating instead of fixing? If I already had my desired results, what kind of thoughts, emotions, and actions would be natural for me? Or what's one step that I can take today that aligns with that version of me? It's just another way of saying, what would the person I'm becoming do right now? Now that's a question that I would like you to ask yourself as many times as possible a day, every single day. Now, if you're tired of endlessly fixing yourself without getting the results you want, and you want to finally step into the role of a creator, join my free Skool community called Superconscious Awakening. Your dream life isn't waiting for you to fix yourself. It's waiting for you to create it. And I can help you with that. So click the link in my bio and I'll see you in there.